How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. It'd be great if you could confirm. I haven't even checked. Is my mic okay? Mic's in the right spot. You can't see it. Loud and clear. 6 out of 6. Awesome. The Weezer. Lee. How you doing, Lee? How you doing, Penny? Awesome. Everyone can hear me. Hi. My name is Rob. What a busy morning. It was, I don't know how many of you saw the trailer that I made. I made that at 10:30. It's 2 o'clock here now. I made that at 10:30. I then went out for a run, came back, got a shower. Then I went out and recorded. I didn't leave here till about an hour ago to go record a video. Walked on the trail. Took me longer than last week, 3 or 4 takes. I don't know how it turned out. I think it's good. But I came back here. The file's still on my phone. We're going to edit that together once we go through the live chat and I answer any questions you have. So that's been my morning. It's been pretty busy. I wasn't sure I'd be able to get that done in time. Is my camera in the right spot? Yeah, we're good. But yeah, I did this last week. So for those of you who were here last week, I did the same thing. Tuesday morning, I went outside, walked on the trail and recorded a video, and then came back here, and at the end of the live stream, I edited that video while you watched and asked questions and whatnot. And then I posted that video the next day. There were a couple of little things that I had to do just to clean it up. Number one, I forgot to edit the audio while I was live, so I did that afterwards. And I posted it the next morning on Wednesday, and it's actually been my second best video next to the over 40 video I did in July. So it's been great. It's up to 16,000 views, I think, in a week. So that's pretty good for my channel. That's awesome. So thank you guys. If you watched it and you enjoyed it, thank you. Yeah, so what's going on with you guys? Who's here? We've got 39 of you here. I'll get into the chats and let me know where you're watching from and who you are. If you're a first timer, I'd love to hear from you. That'd be great. Yeah, and we'll just go through this like I do every week. And if you have any questions, feel free to post it in the chat and I'll get to it. I think I'm getting a little better at going through the questions a little faster than I did before, but don't worry, I will get to your question, but it just might be 10 or so minutes afterwards. Okay, so it takes me a little time to get through them all because I like to answer everybody. So yeah, so who was first? Lee, ready and waiting patiently. Afternoon, everybody. How you doing, Lee? Thanks for stopping in. Lee is one of our members of Creators Cove. So good to see you here in the live stream as well. Anaholics, how you doing? Good to see you. I am totally ready for this. Good luck with your stream. I'm sure it will be awesome. Of course it'll be awesome. It's as awesome as you guys help make it. How's that? So yeah, that's good. Good to see you again. Eric Halverson, hand wave. How you doing? Looks like you like the ocean, he says. Yes, I do. And it's right out there. It's about 20 feet away from me, the ocean. The Atlantic Ocean. I love the ocean. I've grown up near the ocean, been here or near it my whole life. Who else we have here? The Danish YouTuber Guy. How you doing, Danish Guy? How are you? What is your opinion about the key differences between CapCut and DaVinci Resolve? I can talk a little bit about that. I'm not sure I'm the right person because I don't use either of those a lot. Okay? I know they're both good. And I'm going to use DaVinci Resolve today. I've used DaVinci Resolve more than I've used CapCut, but my overall top-down opinion on this, DaVinci Resolve, so I'm going to throw a third one in there, Camtasia, so because that's the one I'm the most used to, and I've been using the longest. So there's Camtasia, CapCut, DaVinci Resolve. Both CapCut and DaVinci Resolve have free versions, so that's good. Camtasia doesn't. The free version of DaVinci Resolve is very good. You can do a lot of stuff. In fact, for 90% of people out there, or more than that, the free version is all you're ever going to need. it's only if you get, so with the free version, you can still edit 4K videos. I think if you want to get up to 8K videos, you need to buy the paid version. But even the paid version is not that much. It's a one-time fee of, I want to say $250. I'm not exactly sure. But there is only one paid version. The reason I upgraded to the paid version is because it'll automatically transcribe your video and create captions. I love that about DaVinci Resolve. So for that reason alone, I upgraded to the paid version. But if I didn't need that, I probably wouldn't have upgraded, because a lot of the other things you get with the upgrades are super advanced and not things that I do anyways. I mean, someday I may teach myself, or watch YouTube videos and learn how to really get into DaVinci Resolve and do a lot more complicated things. But for now, for what I do, the free version is probably fine if I didn't want that automatic transcription thing. And the reason I got that is because I was doing a lot of jobs like that through Fiverr. So a lot of people would ask me to add captions to their videos. So that made that job a whole lot easier. CapCut. CapCut also has a free version, which is good. In my mind, CapCut is best if you want to have dynamic captions, like the fancy TikTok-ish, the TikTok style of captions that come onto the screen. CapCut is way better at doing stuff like that. I don't even know if you can do, I mean, you can, but it's a lot more cumbersome in DaVinci Resolve. Camtasia is getting better at dynamic captions like that. But that's kind of what CapCut was all about. CapCut was made for people who make TikTok videos. The first version of CapCut was, in fact, just on a phone. And now they do now have a desktop version which works on a Mac or a PC, and I use it on a Mac when I do use it. But just because I don't like to edit on a phone anyways, my eyes aren't good enough. I need a bigger screen to do my editing. But if you're okay editing on a phone, then CapCut has a mobile version. DaVinci Resolve, I don't believe, has a mobile version. It's just for desktop, Mac or PC. Now, so for beginners, I don't think it matters, DaVinci Resolve or CapCut. They both have a free version, and they both will do the same basic things. Now, if you want to eventually get super advanced and do some real advanced things, like masking, like having a blur something in a video and have it follow that thing around, like a license plate in a car, for instance, things like that, or advanced color grading and stuff like that, then I might lean towards DaVinci Resolve. Again, a lot of that stuff I don't know how to do myself, but if I ever want to get into it, DaVinci Resolve is great at that. In fact, it's amazing at color correction, color grading, if you want to get into that. I mean, they've made Hollywood movies with DaVinci Resolve. I mean, they've used the color grading and whatnot from DaVinci Resolve on Hollywood style movies. Very advanced, but it can also, I mean, you don't have to use the advanced features, and I'll show you that today. So that's my high level overview of the two of them. You can edit videos with either one, and relatively easy to get started. CapCut might be a little bit easier to get started with. I would even argue that Camtasia is even easier to get started with, but again, it does not have a free version to start. So yeah, I hope that helps. That's my overview of CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. Hopefully that helped you out, the Danish guy. Who do we have next? Oh, Lee can hear me loud and clear. Penny, yes. So this was the sound check. Eric, loud and clear. Anaholics, thumbs up. Penny, thumbs up. Always Patty Ann, thumbs up. And Pamela Powers, how you doing, Pam? Good to see you again. Yes, can hear you. Dan, another warm day in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, 96 degrees. Oh my God, that's hot. I was just walking around in shorts and a t-shirt and a little bit of wind out there. It's probably not even 70 degrees here. But to me, that's comfortable. 96 is not comfortable for me unless I'm in a pool. But very good. I mean, nice warm weather. I do love Arizona. Beautiful there. Daphne Benjamins. Hello, Daphne. How you doing? Good to see you. Still kinder. Yes, you can hear me. Awesome. Good to see you. 7 days in paradise. Hi. How you doing? Davina Nichols. Hello, Davina. How are you? Hello. I just saw that you're live, and I'm sadly going to have to miss it as I have a call in 10 minutes. Oh, boo. Well, you can always catch the replay. So, as with all my live streams, when they're over, you can go back and watch it as if it were a video. Just click on the live tab under my channel, and then you can see all the lives. The only difference is when I do a live stream like this, I turn monetization off, which means ads. There's no ads during my live streams. After the live stream is over, I will turn that on so that there would be ads every so often. It's up to YouTube when they get placed, but there would be ads during the replay. And the reason, I've said this before, the reason I have it off during the live is because if I had them on, if an ad popped up while you were listening to me, and if the ad was a minute long, you'd miss a minute of the live stream. It doesn't go back. You know what I mean? But if you're watching it on the replay, then the video gets paused during the ad, so you won't miss anything. So, anyways, that's that. That's how that works. Where are we? Haunted Nightmare Media. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Anaholic says, DaVinci has more options and has more possibilities to automate. It is, however, a bit more complicated because it has more options. Yep, that's pretty accurate. That's the way I'd look at it too. And again, I'm not an expert in either CapCut or DaVinci. So when I get into DaVinci today, keep that in mind. This is not an expert talking about it. This is how a beginner would use DaVinci. That's what I'm going to show you. I've used it to, and in fact, I haven't used DaVinci to make a video of my own in, oh geez, I think it's over a year. I've used it to edit other people's videos, but not my own. So this will be interesting today. I didn't even do any prep work on this, so I'm going to be starting right from the beginning. You'll see it right from the beginning. So I hope that's okay with you. 6T plus. Hey Rob, how you doing? 60 plus. Good to see you. Karen, hello from North Dakota. First time watching you. Awesome. Welcome, Karen. Thanks for stopping in. Always good to see new people stop in. Not the first time. Norway here. Eric, very good. I recognize your name, Eric. Welcome back. Mr. Mistro, I'm here watching from Mackinac Island, Michigan. Very good. Awesome. Couple Michigan people in here. Lee's from Michigan as well. Very good. And my Detroit Lions from Michigan did amazing yesterday, 2 days ago, Detroit. Unfortunately, their best defense guy got hurt, which is unfortunate. But anyways, I digress. Hey, Rob from Philly, Cassie K. How you doing, Cassie? Good to see you. Hello from Sweden. Hello. Sheesh, I'm not going to get your name right. I'm sorry. I'll try. Lasty Philly Heidi. Lasty Philly Heidi? I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I'm horrible with names I'm not used to seeing. Hi Rob, Quebec, Canada. Penny, very good. Not too far from here. Well, I guess it is. It's I guess about a 9-hour drive, I think, to Quebec City from here, or 10 hours, something like that. Quebec is beautiful. Autumn River Designs. Hi, looking forward to this. Welcome, Autumn River. Thanks for stopping in. Haunted Nightmares in Victoria. That's cool. Other side of the country, Still Kinder, first time from Hamburg, Germany. Awesome, very good. Someone else from Europe, that's cool. Hi, looking forward to this from Ontario. Heather, how you doing, Heather? That looks like a winch, your avatar. Sailor, perhaps? I'm a sailor. Awesome. Sarah B. Stroud, hanging at the beach in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Welcome, Sarah. I hope you dodged those 2 hurricanes the last couple weeks. Some pretty bad weather down there. Hopefully everybody comes through that okay. Waving from Texas. Confusion is contagious. How you doing, Texas? Sorry about those Cowboys yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm thinking everybody's an NFL fan, but I know I'm not correct there. Daphne Benjamins, new from Ontario. Awesome. Another Canadian. YouTube recommended you, just setting up a channel. Oh, very good. Awesome. Good luck with your channel. And let me know if you need any help with any of that. I've got lots of videos. Actually, I just created a video a couple weeks ago on how to, from start to finish, how to set up a YouTube channel. Might be kind of basic for some people, but some who want to know exactly where to start, it could be good. Heather's wondering what lens you are using for this live stream. So The lens is a Sigma f1.4 16mm lens. It is on my mirrorless Sony camera, the a6400. So that's what I'm using today. I quite often will use this Sony camera, which is the ZVE10. That's a newer version of the a6400. And when I make a video over there in the chair with this camera, I take this lens off and I use it over here. I love this lens. With the low f number, f1.4, that's what, as long as the camera is closer to me, which it's only about 2 to 3 feet away from me, if that distance is smaller than the distance between me and the background, which, you know, you've got to go back 8 feet or so to get to the door, that'll give you the blurry background. And this lens with the low, the f1.4 just kind of accentuates that a little bit. Gives you the blurrier background. And some people like that look, some people don't. I do. So there you go. Haunted Nightmare likes CapCut. Very good. Very popular editing program for sure. Lynn's Life. I'm 58, had brain surgery in 2018 and a stroke right after surgery. Oh, geez, that was a stroke of bad luck. I'm glad you're still here. Thanks for stopping in, Lynn. Hope everything's okay with you. Eric Halverson, also looks like you have a rope hanging on your wall behind you and your name, Maritime. That's right, yeah. And actually, does that look like there might be some ocean in it? The avatar is small, but it looks like there might be some ocean in your background too. But yeah, that, yeah, I live right on the ocean, and that rope is, yeah, it's intentional. It looks kind of maritime, so I just hung it there. It's not a rope you would use on a boat, really. It's actually leftover rope from a neighbor of mine, my brother-in-law, who made a railing out of this rope. And that was left over, so I said, "Hey, I can use that in my office." So there you go. I think it's made out of hemp, but it's not. I mean, it could be used, I suppose, but it's not sailing rope. So there you go. But it looks nautical. Psycho Buddy MA. Hi there, my dear. How you doing, Psycho Buddy? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. CapCut and Canva free version only allows me to edit a 5-minute video. Am I wrong? Whew, good question. I don't know, but that could very well be. Now, I've never made videos in Canva. I know you can, but I've only ever used Canva for images and like transparency, like overlays on these live streams. All my thumbnails, I use Canva to make all those. But again, for Canva, I do use the paid version because there's two things with Canva that you can't use unless you have the paid version. One is transparency. So again, if I want to use an overlay on this, I can show you one, but it's from a couple weeks ago. Press the button. That is an overlay. So you can ignore all the topics I got there. That's from a few weeks ago. But that's an overlay, and I left the center part transparent, and that's what allows the video to show through when I overlay that on top of the video. Okay, so you can do that with the paid version of Canva, but not with the free version. With the free version, it would be a big white screen, the area where my face is, and it would cover my face. And what's the other thing? The other thing with Canva that you need the paid version for is background remover, which I use a lot. And I can show you that as well. But I love Canva. But yeah, 5-minute, maximum 5-minute video, that could very well be with the free version. Not 100% sure. Live stream consultants. Good morning, Rob. Good morning. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Rob from Switzerland, McLeod's Creative Corner. Hello, Switzerland. Got people from all over the world today. This is cool. Me too. Editing on an iMac. Awesome. I'm using a MacBook Pro myself. I'm a recent Mac guy. Only less than a year have I been on a Mac. Before that, I was PC forever. But I switched to Mac back in March. No, over a year ago, March of 23. Yeah, so I guess maybe I'm a dinosaur Mac user now. I don't know. Can I upload a 12-minute video on Canva? Any workaround? I'm going to have to look that up. I really don't know. Penny, 12-minute video on Canva? Question mark. I will have to check. Or maybe, did you mean CapCut? Or are you making videos with Canva? I'm not sure. You can make videos with Canva. I find it a little bit harder than the DaVinci or even CapCut. But I believe you can do it. Thanks for the answer. Are you doing jobs on Fiverr? Not as much anymore, but I certainly have. I was a top-rated seller on Fiverr for several years. That's kind of, I'm kind of making the switch from that to YouTuber, basically, working for other people on Fiverr. That's my freelancing work. And then in my spare time, kind of started this YouTube channel and now kind of doing mostly this. Yeah, no, I love Fiverr. Fiverr's great. I am Mo 2.0. Hello, Rob. Nice to see you live. Enjoy your content as a new YouTuber. Cheers. Hello, Mo. How you doing? Mo 2.0. Thanks for stopping in. Psycho Buddy MA has an extremely clear tutorial for using free DaVinci Resolve to modify sound, join clips, fade in and out, the whole path from recording to a professional looking video for posting. At Psycho Buddy, so you have what? Okay. Yeah, so that must be, so you're telling us that you have a video that works through that. That's great. Awesome. There are tons of, DaVinci Resolve is quite popular, very popular. And, the big video editing platforms used to be, and perhaps still are, but Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro. But more and more, a lot of people have switched over to DaVinci Resolve. Just 'cause I think a lot of people like honestly, the color correction that you can do with it. But I don't tend to do a whole lot of that anyways. I get a good enough picture out of my phone and out of these cameras. I do a little bit in Camtasia, but not too much. But yeah, no, very, very popular for sure. Generation Exceptional. Hi, Rob from Lincolnshire, UK. Hello and welcome. Lynn's Life is in Pennsylvania. Watched you before. Started a YouTube channel in June about stroke. Only made one video, but hope to make more. Awesome. Hang in there. Hang in there. Once you get rolling, you can just, I guess that's the key, not to stop. Because once you get going with making videos, you learn one thing. Try to learn one new thing every time is what I like to do. Or get better. Get a little bit better at one thing every time you make a video. And if you make them often enough, those will start building on each other, and before you know it, you'll be a pro. You'll be able to look back at those first videos you made and say, wow, those were terrible. Now look what I can do. So I find that fun to even look back at my own sometimes and look at my first videos and just to see how far you can come in a short period of time if you stick with it. So good luck with it. Tashfeen Bokhari. Hello, Rob. Hello. How you doing? How do you show comments on the screen? So the way I'm doing it, there's a couple ways you can do it, but the way I'm doing it, I'm using software called Ecamm Live to do this live stream. Ecamm Live is only Mac. It's only available for Mac. So if you're on a PC, you can't use this, but there's another way. And Ecamm Live has this ability. So, and I can show you if I switch over to my phone here. So now you're looking through the camera of my iPhone. This is my MacBook, okay? And what happens is, see all the comments here? These are the comments, and you can see where I'm at. I'm not even at the bottom. But as I go to the comments, I'll take my mouse here, and so where is your... So this one here, if I click on so if I can click here, boom, and your comment shows up. I can click here again and it goes away. Or if I click here and then just click somebody else's, it'll replace it. Okay, so that is how it's done through Ecamm Live. Now, if you don't have a Mac and you use a PC, then you, when I first started going live a couple years ago, I used a program or an app, web-based app called StreamYard, StreamYard.com, and they have something very similar where so my Ecamm is connected to my YouTube account, and I'm going live through YouTube, right? You can do the same thing with StreamYard. And with StreamYard, you can connect to your YouTube account, and all the chats will come in to a StreamYard dashboard, and you can just kind of click on the ones you want shown. Okay, so yeah, that's an option for PC users. And there's probably other ways to do it too, but those are the two ways. I did try to do it through OBS earlier this year, and there is kind of a funky way with third-party plugins and stuff that you can make it work, but I had varying amounts of success with that. It worked 1 week, and then it didn't work, and then it did, and then it didn't, and then I'm not going to do that. But I really wanted that's the main reason I went with Ecamm, because I had a Mac, and I really wanted to be able to display your comments. If you go to some live streams, like for example on Twitch or even on YouTube, but gaming streams. If you go on a gaming stream, a lot of times they'll put the chat right on the screen as an overlay, so you can see the chat live, right? But I didn't want to do that. I'm only streaming through YouTube. I'm not streaming through Twitch. And on YouTube, quite honestly, you can see the chats next to the video if you have your browser set up that way. So it'd be redundant for me to put the chats also on the screen. Now, I did do that a couple times, and somebody who was watching rightfully told me, hey, that's kind of redundant. Why are you doing that? They had a good point. So I stopped doing that. But I really wanted to be able to highlight somebody's chat while I'm answering a question like I'm doing now. So yeah, I love Ecamm Live. And StreamYard is good too. So there you go. I use Final Cut Pro, and after using it for 3 years, I am still convinced I only know about 10% of what it is capable of. Yeah, that's probably correct. All these programs, Final Cut, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, you can do a lot of stuff with all of those, like a lot. And yeah, even if you only know 10%, I probably don't even know that much of DaVinci Resolve, like maybe 5%, and I still know enough to edit a video. I'm not doing anything terribly complicated, but you don't have to. And that's one of the things I'm finding out by making the videos I've been making lately, and what I'm trying to tell my audience is that you don't have to get fancy with your edits anymore. It used to be cool to have cool intros and flashy transitions and all these graphics moving around and stuff. It's okay, yeah, that was cool, but does it really help advance your message that you're trying to get across in your video? If it doesn't, then it's not necessary. And that's awesome, because those of us, or those of you who are just getting into this, it's a lot easier to get into it if you don't have to know how to do all the complicated stuff. So yeah, no, I believe you. 10%. If you know 10% of Final Cut Pro, you probably know all you need to know to edit videos perfectly. McLeod's Creative. I'm 53. Claudio. Hello, Claudio. Thanks for stopping in. Hi from Colorado. Hello, Colorado. Utah here. Mama Italiano. Hello. Oh, Southern Utah. Very good. That's a beautiful area too. I went to, where was that? What was it called? I had never even heard of it until we drove through it. Drove from Salt Lake City down to Flagstaff. Moab, Utah. Beautiful, beautiful. Whitewater rafting and whatnot. Beautiful area. Sailing around Lake Ontario. Awesome. I've done that too. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice skyline of Toronto too, I suppose. The Weezer. Live mid-upper peninsula of Michigan. Welcome. Welcome. I've never been to the upper peninsula of Michigan. Like to someday. It's probably very similar to Ontario, I suppose, because it's just across the lake, I guess. Lake Superior from Ontario. Cassie K. Rob, could you please explain or do a video on audio settings, gain versus volume control? How to optimize audio mic settings before, during, and after recording. Thanks. Sure. Yes, I should. Audio, video, gain, volume. Yeah, so another area where I wouldn't necessarily consider myself like an audio expert or engineer by any means. But yeah, rules of thumb is you don't want different sorry, I'll finish the thought. You don't want any clipping, or which another word for that is distortion, if the gain is too loud when you're recording yourself. The only way to know, well, there's a couple ways to know if you are clipping. One would be after the fact. You'd have to listen back, and if you hear the distortion, there was clipping, the gain was too high. But a better way would be is if whatever software you're using to capture your audio has audio levels that you can see, you know, the green lines bouncing up and down. Ideally, you'd like to see that. And because if they are green, you're typically okay. And a lot of them will have numbers there. The proper numbering is like from a minus low number all the way up to 0. Okay, once you go above 0 into the positives, that's when clipping happens. That's when you're going to get the bar is going to turn to red, right? First it'll go from green to yellow, and then yellow to red. Red is bad. You don't ever want to see red. And another rule of thumb is you can record with the gain lower than ideal. And then when you're in editing, if you find that the volume is too low of your finished video, you can usually, I think in all of the video editing apps that I've used, you can increase the volume or the gain, right? You can raise it. It's easy to raise the volume. It's impossible to lower it if you've already captured the clipping and the distortion. You can't remove that. Again, maybe audio engineers can, who are experts with this stuff, but even then, I think it's next to impossible to totally remove that. You've basically lost the audio. So yeah, so trial and error, you know, is a good thing to do. Some mics allow you to adjust gain on them, some don't. This mic here that I have, the gain is over here, and if I switch over to my phone again, and I'll bring this up close. So my mic is plugged into this thing here. Oh, they look good. M&M peanuts. So this one here, this here is the gain button for the microphone right here that I'm using. Notice how it's glowing green. It's green because it's okay. If I get up closer to the mic and start yelling, yell, 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 see it kind of went yellow. That's getting close to clipping. Now if I got really close, cover your ears. Hello, hello, hello. There, see how it went red? You probably heard some clipping there or some distortion, okay? So yeah, I can vary this knob here. I can turn it down. I'm probably getting lower in volume. Here I'm turning it back up. I'm getting higher in volume, okay? And I just kind of leave it there. Now, if I'm going to do a voiceover, then I'm going to bring my microphone. Here, let's come up here and see my mic. There's my microphone up there. Here. Okay, so it is... Can I get myself and the microphone in the shot? Right there. So it's about 2 to 3 feet away from me. But if I'm doing a voiceover, then I'm going to want this mic really close to my mouth. Okay? And when it's that close, I will typically have to go over here and turn this gain down. Otherwise, I'd get clipping. Okay? Hopefully that helps. A bit of an explanation. But yeah, you're right. I should do a video on that to explain it a little bit better. And yeah, most programs, video editing software, will show you the audio levels. Or if you're capturing your audio in, like when I make a video here in my office, I usually record it into Adobe Audition. And then in Audition, I can see the levels, if it's going green, yellow, red, whatever. And if I'll do a test record, and if I notice I don't like where the levels are, I can adjust that gain knob until it's good. Okay, so yeah, a lot of trial and error is the bottom line. So hopefully that helps, Cassie. Hi Rob, do you allow me a general question? I'm not English native. How bad is that for you guys, English natives? I'm not sure I understood the question. General question. I'm not English. So you're not a native English speaker. How bad is that for you guys, English native? Okay, I think I understand. So I think what you're asking me is, since you are not a native English speaker, English is not your first language, is it okay? Would I be okay listening to a video made by you, a non-native English speaker? And the answer is yes. That's totally fine. And I know a lot of people who are not English as their first language are concerned, I'm just adjusting my mic a bit, I don't think it's in the right spot, are concerned that native English speakers may not like the accent or may not like that the grammar is not perfect, for example, right? And honestly, I don't think that's an issue really at all. As long as you can get your point across, that's totally fine. But now let me say this. The end result is, okay, how do I put this? I believe everybody, and actually this kind of goes back to the video that I made today. I believe there is an audience out there for everybody, okay? So if there is somebody out there who only wants to hear people speak in perfect English with an accent that is like them, whatever that is, whether they're Canadian, American, British, whatever, then they probably will click off your video and they'll go find somebody else to listen to. And that's okay, right? The people who like your audio, your English, your style of speaking in your video will stick around, and those people are the ones who are more likely to hit that like button, subscribe, come back and see your next video if you're helping them solve a problem that they have. So think of it that way. The audience that you are growing, and then YouTube learns who that is, and then they try to present your next video to other like-minded people, right? YouTube is trying to learn who your audience is as well. Every time you put a video out there, that's more data for YouTube to try to find the right people for you. They will be off and they'll be trying to find the right people for you. And maybe it's not the people who clicked off your video, and it likely wouldn't be. It'll be people who stayed and listened to your video. Now, might that mean it might be more people who speak like you with your same accent? Perhaps, but not necessarily. Okay, so yeah. Instead, so I guess my point is I'm trying to dissuade people from trying to be somebody they're not. And if you can truly be exactly who you are when you're making videos, then you will attract the right people to watch your videos. And then it'll be easier for you to make videos because you won't have to pretend to be somebody else that you're not, right? So now you can always work on your language skills, right? Try to get better at English if that's something you're worried about, or your grammar or things like that. Sure, it's all about self-development and whatnot too. I think that's great, but I wouldn't worry too much about turning off people that are probably not your ideal audience anyways. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Give you some words of encouragement there. Always Patty Ann. Hello, always Patty. Hey Rob, I'm Patty from St. Augustine, Florida. I recently found your channel. Please make a video of how to get past the fear of being in front of the camera. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Perfect. I already do have a video similar, like that kind of addresses that. But quite literally today, the video I made like less than an hour ago is about exactly this, and it's coming out tomorrow. We're going to edit it together today, and the video is coming out tomorrow. And it's about confidence on camera, some tips that I have to help people get more confident on camera. And I also talk about whether you should have a faceless channel or put yourself on camera. I'm a big supporter, a big believer that you should put yourself in your videos. But I know it's not for everybody, but if you can, and I've got some tips for you to help get better with that, then it'll give you such a huge advantage over everybody else who's not doing it, who's making faceless videos, for example, because then you can be part of your brand. People will get to know you. They can connect easier with you. They'll feel like they're connected with you more than with just a voice where they never see a face. Okay, so yeah, thank you for asking that. I will make a video. I made it today. We'll edit it today, and it'll be posted tomorrow morning. So hopefully, so look for that. Hopefully that helps. Stephen Allen. Hello, Stephen. How you doing? Hi, Rob. Love the videos. I have started my new channel, Stephen UK Travels. Thank you for all your information. Cheers, Steve. You're welcome, and congratulations. That's awesome. Good luck with your new channel, and yeah, I hope I can help in some way. And best of luck, and have fun with it. That's the main thing. Have fun with it, and then see, a lot of people There are people that start YouTube channels and then they give up on them before they have time to be successful with them. And a lot of time, well, then it's just they gave up too soon. But if they're not having fun with it, I can totally understand giving up on that. So yeah, if you can stick with it, if you're having fun doing it, that makes it much easier to stick with it. So yeah, have fun and good luck. Penny C will get the Canva paid version. Okay, awesome. Good luck with that. Have fun. What are you using for your live stream? Just found Ecamm Live, which I am about to move to from StreamYard. I'm using Ecamm Live, exactly what I'm using. And I used to use StreamYard, but I find the video signal is better with Ecamm. I will say, so I don't have a great internet upload connection here. I have, that's not bad. It's high speed, but my download connection is really good. It's, what is it, 800 megabits per second download. So that's phenomenal. But my upload is only 15. It's not 150, 15. But yes, with that, I can live stream 1080p and it looks great. So yeah, I think all I need is 6 megabits per second upload bandwidth in order to live stream. So yeah, and I'm using Ecamm and I love it. It's great. I think you'll love it too. Lead Your Living, another blue noser here. Awesome, welcome. For those who don't know, a blue noser is another word for Nova Scotian. So welcome, thanks for stopping in. Lynn's Life, I have done many shorts and reels. Awesome, that's cool. That is cool. That's actually a good way to get into it too. If for those who are just getting going, might find it easier to start off with shorts or reels. They're called shorts on YouTube, reels on Instagram. But yeah, videos that are less than a minute long. Now I know you can make longer ones now, but when I make them, I typically keep them all less than a minute so that I can put them on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok generally. But yeah, if you're only making a 1-minute video, sometimes that takes away some of the stress of making a 10-minute video. Marlene, hello Marlene, how you doing? Awesome setup. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now my setup is way more than you actually need. A lot of what I have going on here is so that I can live stream too and edit videos and not really take anything apart. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 setup. But yeah, I've got more gear than I need. Absolutely. Theme park mobility using iMovie on my MacBook Pro. However, may move up to DaVinci. Do you think it's worth it? I do have the free version of DaVinci. I'm a hard one to answer that question because I've never used iMovie, believe it or not, even though I have a Mac. But again, I used Camtasia for many years on a PC before I got my Mac. DaVinci works on both. I've just never used iMovie. I think I mentioned that last week that I should open it up and actually try it, see what it's like. But yeah, if you're already used to one editing program, so iMovie in your case, learning DaVinci may not be that much of a stretch to learn the things that you already know in iMovie, you know, like the basic things. Again, there's a lot of very advanced things you can do with DaVinci, but don't let them scare you. You don't have to go that far if you don't want to. But yeah, I'd give it a try. Absolutely. Absolutely. Officer Dan, hi Rob. Okay, so I took the leap, followed your advice and started a channel and I've had 6 views. Awesome. Well, I was 5 of them. All right. My channel is about commercial vehicle safety, which was my career for 35 years. Officer Dan, so please let me know what you think. Cool. Awesome. Very good. What I think is the views will be hard to get right off the bat. So don't be discouraged. And if you can stay, so a couple things. If you can stay on topic, so always talk about similar things, whatever that is you're talking about, then YouTube will have an easier time finding your audience with each successive video that you come out with. Okay, so it takes some time to get going, but once they get going, and as you get more and more views, YouTube will go, oh, okay, we're getting it. We're sending it to the right people. Let's send it to more of them. And if it keeps growing, you know, that's kind of how it works. So that could take time. Sometimes it doesn't, but usually it does. Just don't get discouraged if it takes a while, because once the growth does happen, it can happen fairly quickly. Like it's not linear growth. It's parabolic or hyperbolic or whatever you want to say. It accelerates. Okay, so good luck with it. Congrats on starting, and yeah, welcome to the club. Penny says, I want to show a picture of the finished item, a crochet scarf, at the beginning of my video. Is this the same as the overlay you mentioned previously on Canva? So if you want to show a picture in a video, you don't necessarily have to overlay it. It can be in the video by itself. So in other words, you can fill the whole screen with your picture if it's the same aspect ratio, same width and same height, or you can put you can make it a picture on top of your video. So let's say the video is of you talking to the camera, but then over to the side, a picture pops up or flies in or fades in, whatever, of your scarf. Then it's overlaid on top of your video, okay? But if you're okay with all of the edges of that photo being in the video and you don't need anything to show through, then you don't need the paid version of Canva. You can, so basically when you make an image in Canva of a given height and width, okay, if you fill all that up with whatever, your image of your scarf, and maybe some text you put on it as well, whatever, and then you could even give it a border if you want, and then you export that image and then bring it into your video editing software, put that whole image on top of the video, that's fine. You don't need the paid version of Canva to do that. The only reason you would need the paid version is if you leave some of the image in Canva, for lack of a better, like let's say you have a picture of your scarf and a green screen behind it, and you want to get rid of the green screen, right? And then now you just have the scarf, and then you want the scarf to show up in your video like it's in the video, no border, no anything else. Well, then you would need a transparent background in the image when you export that. That you would need the paid version of Canva to do. Okay, does that make sense? But if it's just a square or a rectangle image, then no, you don't need transparency to do that. So I hope that helps. Generation Exceptional, StreamYard just more than doubled their price. I have heard that. I haven't looked into it myself, but I did hear their prices went up. It's been probably 2 years since I used them. So yeah, I can't really comment on their price right now, but that's unfortunate if it went up that, unless it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe they've come up with a bunch of new things. I don't know. I haven't actually looked at it for a while. I am trialing Streamlabs Talk Studio, which looks very good and much less expensive than StreamYard, which I've used for years and love, but not willing to pay their price hike. Streamlabs Talk Studio. I've not used that one. I have not used that one. Anybody who's concerned with price, though, OBS is always a good one too. Just not Streamlabs, but just OBS Studio. It's free, and that's what most of the gamers use over on Twitch, and a lot of people on YouTube too use OBS. It's perfectly fine. It's open source, so it's not packaged as neatly as some things that you pay for. But that's what I had trouble with, that trying to get these these chats displaying on screen. I had trouble doing that in OBS, which is the main reason why I think I pay $20 a month with I think it's 20 with Ecamm Live. Yeah, free options as well as paid options. Corridors, hi Rob from Finland. Hello, how you doing? McLeod's Creative, where is your cat? I will show you. She's here. Peanut, want to say hi? Peanut? Peanut. Hi. There she is. Being a little antisocial today. Well, she's tired. And no, I didn't take her for my walk today when I made my video. I'm still not, we're not there yet. We're going to have to practice that before I take her for a walk with me. Lynn's Life, I watch your videos a lot. Awesome. I hope you like them. Thank you very much for the support. I hope they help. What's the best way to do voiceover on your video? Can you add music and voice over to the video? Thanks. Absolutely. Let me gather my thoughts. Take a drink here. So there's a couple different ways to attack this. My personal preference would be, and I'm doing this. I haven't done anything with this for the last week or so because I've just been busy with other things. But for those who don't know, I will be launching a new channel soon called Peanut's Perspective, and it's a channel for Peanut, and she is going to be the star. Probably going to use my voice, but not my face. It's going to be pictures of her or videos of her. Anyways, she's got some messages she wants to share. And so exactly what you're asking here is what I'm going to be doing. So here's what I would do. If it's videos that you want to do a voiceover on and not show your face, then that makes it different, easier to just kind of put things together. So what I would do is write your script first, and then do the voiceover. The voiceover is the first thing I would do. Even if it's just a rough copy of the voiceover, like lay that down for, it's called laying down that track. But what you would do is you would just record it however you want to record it. You can record it on your phone if you want. Like these phones have not a bad mic, right? You can just kind of like hit record and talk into your phone if you want. Or if you have a decent microphone like this, what I would do is I'd bring the mic really close to my mouth, put this pop filter on it so that you don't get the the plosives they're called, air bursts into the microphone, which don't sound good. I'd put this on it. I would probably lower my gain, and then I would voice the script. I would record that in Adobe Audition, just because that's what I use, that's what I like. You can also use Audacity for that. That's a free program, Audacity, that you can download for Mac or PC. Record your voice in there. You can then enhance your voice if you want, add some bass, treble, equalize, there's all kinds of things you can do with both those programs. Or not, if you don't want to just yet. So record your voice. Now you open up a video editing program, your favorite, CapCut, Camtasia, DaVinci Resolve, iMovie, whatever you want to use. And the first thing you do is you put your voiceover track, your WAV file or whatever you created, into your video editing software. You want to remove any mistakes you made. So like when I'm reading a script, sometimes it'll take me 2 or 3 times reading a sentence before I'm happy with the way it sounds. So I'm going to want to delete the bad takes, okay? I typically do that in Adobe Audition, and I go through all the way through the whole script until it all sounds good before I save it and then bring it into the video editing software. But if you want, you could make those edits in the video editing software too. Particularly if you're not using Adobe Audition and you're recording on your phone, say, or a pocket recorder, whatever, you can make those edits in your editing program. So once you've got your voiceover track, now start adding videos to it. So laying the video on top of the voice is kind of what I picture it as. And you can either shoot your own videos if you want and bring them in, or you can go to a source like Storyblocks or Motion Array, places like that to get B-roll that you can use, and then build your story. Build the visuals to match the audio voiceover that you made. And then the last thing, you mentioned music. You can put music in or you don't have to. I tend to think music is a good idea for voiceover type videos because it just gives something else. When I'm doing either a walk and talk video or sitting in my chair video, I don't tend to add music until the end. If I'm going to show bloopers or something like that, I'll add music at the end there just to show that this is a different part of the video. But if I were telling a story, like a voiceover that's supporting it with visuals, then I would probably add music. And I may add several different pieces of music. Like if ever a scene changes, I might want the music to change, okay? Yeah, that is how I would go about doing it. And then the music, again, I would go back to like an Epidemic Sound or Audio or Motion Array, wherever you can get royalty-free music. YouTube actually has some royalty-free music you can get. Yeah, but make sure it's royalty-free. Make sure you're allowed to use it. And otherwise, you might get copyright strikes on your videos if you are monetized or eventually want to get monetized. You don't want to run into that. So use royalty-free music if you're going to. So that's how I would do that. So hopefully that helps. Let me, how are we doing for time? Been almost an hour. So I'll keep going through here. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. Jiska, hello from the Netherlands. Hello, welcome. Chi Baz TV. This app is definitely going to collapse my phone. Hello, everyone. Hello. Not sure what you mean by that. I hope that's not my fault. Accent. Okay, we already talked about the accent. Very good. Can you do a video on your use of your iPhone as a camera recorder? I guess explain the difference between using the front or rear camera, etc. Yes, I can. I think I have, but I can say real quick, the video I made today was with this tripod. I just put the legs together like this so I can hold on to it, and then with the rear-facing camera looking at me so that I can't see myself. So if I were to, well, I can't. I've got this hooked up to my system here right now, but I always use the rear-facing camera. A couple reasons. Number one, it's usually the better camera on your phone. In the case of my iPhone, it is. So rear-facing camera is better. And number two, I want to know where to look. Okay, so if I see this, I'm looking at this, it's pretty obvious that one of these three lenses is where I should be looking. And if the phone is this far away from me, you're not going to be able to tell if I'm looking at that, or that, any of those three. Two of them are zoom lenses. So I'm just kind of looking at this and I picture that as the person I'm talking to. Okay, and then the result is it looks like I'm looking at you in your eyes, right? We're making eye contact. So if I was using the selfie camera, again, like I mentioned, the camera's not as good. I mean, they're pretty good now if you have a relatively new phone, but still not as good as these bigger lens cameras. But the other thing is, you're going to see yourself here, okay? And when you see yourself, you're going to be tempted to look at yourself like you're talking to you, okay? So if I'm in the center of the screen here, that's where I'm going to be looking. But the lens for this camera is way over here, right? So it's going to be obvious that I'm not looking at the lens if I look at myself in the selfie camera. Okay, now you can train yourself to ignore yourself and look over here at the little blue dot or whatever you have on your phone. And on this iPhone, it's really hard to see where it is. So yeah, you could get used to that. But I just say, why not do it this way? Now, you might say, well, I don't want to do it this way because I don't know if I'm in frame. And that's a valid point. But the more you do this and then see what the result is, the more you'll get used to knowing where you should look and how high to hold the camera and whatnot. You'll get used to it, how far to hold it away from you. You won't have to make very many videos before you realize, oh, I should be holding it a bit higher or a bit farther or tilt it more this way or that way, right? You get used to it. And the other thing is, too, keep in mind that when you're making walk and talk videos like that, people are generally pretty forgiving if you're not perfect. They're listening. They're either watching the scenery behind you, which sometimes could look very cool if you're in a place that looks very different from where your viewers are. There's that. And then also, for the most part, they're listening to the content, right? If my head partially goes out of frame for a little bit, no big deal. That's also more authentic. It's more real. It's less produced. And again, like I've mentioned many times before, these are the types of videos that people generally like to see more of today. Less produced, more authentic. If there's a few mistakes here and there, whether it's in your speech, script, or framing, no big deal. People don't tend to mind. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Explain the differences between the front and the rear camera. Yeah, so I think I covered that. Hopefully that helps. Penny says, to the non-native English speakers, if I enjoy the content, I don't mind that the person has an accent. I actually enjoy listening to different people's accents. That's just me. Sure. Some people do, some people don't. Again, it really comes down to if the person that watches it enjoyed the content, and content meaning the information you provided, but also yourself, your accent, your voice, and all of that together. If they enjoyed it, if they got the information that they wanted to get, a good chance they'll come back. And now they are part of your audience. So yeah, absolutely. Anaholic says, the magic word when you want to prevent clipping in audio is 32-bit float. More and more devices will be able to record in 32-bit float. It is typically not more expensive. Okay, great. Thanks for bringing that up. So that brings me to, or that reminds me, this mic that I have, right? This this DJI mic system. There are 2 mics and then 1 receiver that plugs into my phone. This is the DJI mic. Okay, it does not have 32-bit float. The newer version, the DJI Mic 2, does, and it's $100 more in the DJI case. But like you said, maybe more and more companies are coming out with this anyways. 32-bit float means, my understanding is, it sounds like you might be more of an expert in this than I am, but my understanding is if you do record something and there was clipping, you can actually adjust it in post or in editing. Once you're editing it, you can adjust that and bring it down out of the clipping zone, I believe is what that means, thus saving your audio. So yeah, thanks for that. That's good. A good point. If more and more devices are offering that, that's a good thing. But now in DJI's case, it does make it $100 more. That's probably not the only upgrade. I think the batteries, the battery time is a little bit better in the Mic 2 as well. But this is plenty fine for me. But yeah, I would just be in trouble if I got any clipping. Yeah, I wanted to save the $100 in my case. Love it. Thank you, Rob. And good evening to the rest. Good avant. Goeed avant. I don't know what that said, but perhaps that means good evening. Thanks, Anaholics. That's great. Okay, so now you're having a German conversation, I think, with each other. That's good. I can't partake in that. I'm sorry. Chill Play, how you doing? I've always wanted to start a lifestyle channel, but struggling to decide on a topic. Would you recommend just not really sticking to one topic and just seeing what people mostly respond to? You can certainly start out that way, absolutely. I will say, though, that I do get a lot of comments from people who start channels and then they get discouraged. No one's watching my videos. No one's subscribing. What can I do? YouTube is too hard and all this. And a lot of times it's because they're making videos just showing people their lives, or it's almost like a show and tell type video. And that's not necessarily what people want to watch. Some do, but for the most part, I think today, people go to YouTube because, sure, there are people that want to be entertained, and that's fine. But where I think there's more value is if you can help people. If you can help people with something, there's value in that. And people will come back for that more and more over and over, and more people. So my advice to you, if you want to do a lifestyle, and maybe that in itself is helping people. And I don't know exactly what you mean, what lifestyle, but let's just say you're talking, the first thing that popped into my mind was van life. So there's a lot of van life type videos out there. People who sell their house, they move into a van and they're traveling and living in a van full time. And they're vlogging their life while they do it. That has value to people who want to do the same thing. Okay? But what would add even more value if you don't just show things like, oh, I'm in Colorado now, isn't it beautiful? Like, this is Colorado. Okay, great. That's not really helping me. I could see pictures of Colorado anywhere on the internet. But if you can show me how to make that custom table that will fold a certain way so that I can store more things in the van or whatever, you know what I mean? Like helpful things that people would add value to people. People could replicate what you do in their own van life and or whatever, even if it's not van life, something else. If you can show them how to do something clever, that adds value. So that would be my suggestion. Always have something that you're helping people with in the as the theme of your video. And then, oh, by the way, I'm in Colorado now, and show them, you know what I mean? But that doesn't have to be the main part of your video, because that's not as much. I mean, people who want to, I'm picking on Colorado here, I don't mean to, but I'm just like, people who want to visit Colorado, perhaps they would be interested in seeing that. But now that's a different audience than people who want to live the van life, for instance, right? So you really have to identify who your audience is, and then ask yourself, what would my audience want help with? And then try to help them. Think of a question they might have, answer it in a video, show them how to do something in a video. So if you can do that, I think that would give you an extra leg up on everybody else. So I hope that helps. But yeah, absolutely. You can try a topic and then try something else. But if there's a same overall theme, if your audience might be interested in that and then that, that's fine. And also, you may, your niche might change a little bit based on the audience that you attract. Start asking your audience questions, what they want to see from you. That's a great way to know where your next videos should go and what you should make videos about. So, yeah, I hope that helps. I just started my YouTube channel and it's a lot of fun indeed. Love the creative process. Perfect. That's half the battle right there. If you didn't love doing it, it'd be very easy to quit and give up. So I'm glad you like it. Rudy, hello. Hey, Rob. Hey, chat. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Fantastic. Thanks, Rudy. Doris, how you doing, Doris? Nice to see you. Hi from San Diego. I'm a month in on YouTube, in part thanks to your inspiration. Many thanks to you. Awesome. Congrats. Way to go. I hope you're enjoying it. That's the main thing right there. What editing software do you recommend? I'm using CapCut at the moment, but I'm considering getting Final Cut Pro. I personally like Camtasia, but I've used it for many years. But Final Cut Pro is a valid one, absolutely. I might recommend, I'm not going to say it's better or worse than DaVinci Resolve because I don't know. I've never used Final Cut Pro. But DaVinci Resolve is another one that is like a top tier editing software, I believe on par with Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro, but DaVinci Resolve has a free version. I might recommend that you give that a try, DaVinci Resolve. A lot of people are moving from Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve. But having said that, if you're used, oh no, CapCut you said. Okay. I was going to say if you're used to iMovie, then Final Cut Pro is kind of the natural upgrade. It's like a beefier version of iMovie. 1620 Garage and Farm. Wow, Rob, congrats on the growth. As always, great content and info. Over 40 and killing it on YouTube. Awesome. Keep it up, bud. That's great. Thanks for stopping in. OBS Studio is free. Absolutely. Open Broadcast Studio. Yep. You are right for OBS. Okay. Now I know where we're at. About 15 minutes behind, I think, is where I am. I use OBS Studio for gaming. Yeah, a lot of people do. Absolutely. OBS Studio and a Stream Deck are the best setup. I've got a Stream Deck as well, actually. I'm using it with Ecamm Live, so that's another option as well. Your cat is so cute. I wish my cat would be okay with another friend, but he's not. Maybe give it time. Bring a cat. I don't know. I'm not suggesting for a minute you should get a second cat. Lynn's Life. How do you add another video and pictures? Same way you added your first one. It depends where you're editing. If you're editing in whatever editing software, you bring the media into the software. So your first video, another video, and so on. And then you start adding them to the timeline. So you would just simply drag it down to the timeline wherever you want it to be. And you can put a video on top of another video in the timeline. You can stack them, right? And it will show the top one, basically is how that works. I'll get into DaVinci Resolve very shortly once I get through the chat here. How are you? I am fine. How are you? Is it better to edit on a phone or a laptop? Personally, I think a laptop or desktop, whatever. But that's because my 55-year-old eyes aren't as good anymore. I find it hard to edit or do much of anything really on a phone. I like a bigger screen so I can see things and move things around. In fact, I like 2 screens so I can have a Finder or a file manager window open on one screen and I can drag and drop stuff into my editing software. That's what I do. Let's go with Joanne. Hello, Joanne. How you doing? Can I say you're just so amazing, Rob? Ah, shucks. Love all your content and your generous spirit. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're getting some value out of these. That's great. Tutorial and how-to videos have been my most successful. Oddly, building a chicken coop from recycled pallets put my channel on the map and got me monetized. Awesome. That's great. And see, that's it. If you can show somebody how to do something creative, yeah, that's it. That's what people want. They'll watch that. They'll share those types of videos. Like somebody might see, oh man, I should do this, and then they might share it with their wife or their brother or whatever. And yeah, how-to videos are awesome. Hi Rob, watching from Saudi Arabia. Your contents are encouraging. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. I heard OBS is difficult to learn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't find it as user-friendly as Ecamm Live, personally, or StreamYard. StreamYard is probably the easiest to learn. Ecamm Live, not much harder, really. Now, I started with StreamYard, so perhaps that's why it was easier for me. But OBS, yeah, it took me a little time to get used to that, and I'm fairly tech savvy. I had my son help me with that a little bit. He live streams with OBS sometimes, so I had him help me with that. But yeah, it can be difficult to learn for sure, especially if you're not as tech-minded as some. Do you plan to make one-to-one consulting? Yes, I do. Actually, I'm working on that now. Stay tuned on that. Probably in the next, I'm going to say 2 weeks, I'll have something with that. Absolutely. This live is so helpful. Thank you so much. Awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Thumbs up. Tons of tutorials for OBS Studio. Just saying. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. A lot of people use it. A lot of people use it. So it can't be all that bad, right? Where are we? Another one. So yeah, when live messages come in, I see them in YouTube a little bit before. There, it just popped up here. So it's about a 5-second delay for me before they pop up in Ecamm Live, but here it is. Hey Rob, Phantom357, hello, welcome. I've been considering starting a YouTube channel for a while now. Oh, what did I do? I just, oh, I always do this. I'll have to X that out. No, I messed this up. Oh, here we go. I gotta watch my my scroll wheel. That affects the size of the chats. Yeah, no, good luck with it. Good luck with your channel if you get started. That'd be great. 101 sounds great. I'd be interested in this as well. Maybe channel reviews. That's another good idea. Let's write that down. The thing is, here, and I'm going to be very frank with you. I'm Rob, but bad joke. Be very honest with you here. And this is a problem a lot of people have. And that's imposter syndrome. Okay? I don't necessarily consider myself an expert in YouTube. And actually, this goes right into the video I made today that I'm going to be editing very shortly. Give me 5-10 minutes. Yes, I know a lot about YouTube. I've been doing it a while. I've learned some things. I am several steps ahead of a lot of people. But there's also a lot of other people way ahead of me. Okay? So that's why I have a hard time considering myself an expert. So it's those types of thoughts that tend to stop people from doing anything on YouTube, right? They think, well, I want to make videos on, topic A, but I know there's a ton of experts out there on topic A. Who's going to want to see videos from me? The answer is the people who want to see your videos are the people that you are ahead of. Like maybe you're only 1 or 2 steps ahead of them, right? They want you to see your videos. They may not want to see videos from experts who are talking over their head. Okay, so that's what I have to keep telling myself when I start thinking about things like this. So you mentioned channel reviews. I don't know that I'd be an expert in that. Quite honestly, I'm being very honest with you here. I can give my opinion on channels, and if I see how many subscribers and how many views their top videos are getting and stuff, I can give my opinion on thumbnails, on the banner image, and on the branding and all those things, right? I can do that. But can somebody do it better? Probably. Probably. So because of that, I haven't gotten into that, but now I have to listen to my own self here. It's some people, whether I'm 100% correct on things, I know some things. I'm doing some things right. I'm growing my channel. Some videos are doing well, some not so well, right? And I'm learning through the whole thing, and I'm sharing my journey with you guys in the hopes that it helps you guys as well. Okay, so that's kind of the way I'm attacking this. The first course that I made was on how to make videos the way I make videos. I was very careful not to say, this is the best way to make videos on YouTube and give you the best chance to grow your channel. Take it from me, I'm an expert. I didn't market it that way at all. It's the way I did it was, I've made some videos. A lot of people like my videos. If you like my videos, then, and you want to know how to make videos the way I make them with my software, with my lighting, my camera, and all this stuff, the way I prepare my bullet points and all that, I can show you that. And I made a course, 37 videos, walk you through my whole process. And that's the way I market. But because of that, so it's not an expert video. Because of that, I priced it accordingly. Okay, I did not price it $250, $500 for the course, like some courses are. Okay, I priced it lower. So it's about knowing your value too. So now that brings me to the coaching and the one-on-one. I will price myself accordingly. I'm not going to be $1,000 an hour. Okay. At the same time, I can't take on so much work that I no longer have time to make my YouTube videos and grow my own channel either, right? So there's a happy medium in there, and I might take some time to find it. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. I'm putting that together and how that's all going to tie into Creators Cove and all that stuff. So stay tuned. There's some things coming in the next couple of weeks that I'll be announcing in Creators Cove as well, along those lines. So I hope that helped a little bit. But yeah, channel reviews is not a bad idea. I like channel reviews myself. So there you go. Maybe not reviews, I would say feedback or words of encouragement. Yeah, that could be a better way to put it. Absolutely. Reviews is not bad either. Not bad at all. There you go. Smash a like. This live stream is great. Thank you, Rob. No problem. And thank you. Thank you for the shout out. That's great. Hey, Frank. Okay, no. I don't like, don't start calling me Frank. Rob is good. LOL, I've been editing and shooting videos professionally for years now. I have a fear of not having anything good to say. You're doing a great service and sharing your journey. Great, awesome. That's all I can ask for. Thank you for the feedback. That's great. That's what I want to do. I want to share my journey in the hopes of helping other people follow in my footsteps. Where my footsteps are going to lead, I have no idea. A year from now, I might be, I'm almost at 25,000 subscribers. A year from now, I might be at 28,000, or I might be at 100,000, or I might be at 500,000. Who knows? I have no idea where my steps are leading. But all I can say is I'll bring you guys along for the ride and show you, keep showing you what I'm doing to move forward. So, some things are going to be good and successful, some things not so much, and I'll try to share what I learn as I go. So I hope that helps, and I hope you appreciate that. That's good advice. I'd like to do a piano channel with an adult learner but I am not a pro, but have played for years. Yeah, same sort of thing. Same sort of thing. You know, piano players. There's always going to be, I mean, no offense to you, I've never heard you play, but there's always going to be probably better piano players out there. Better teachers? Maybe. Maybe not. Some good piano players may not be good teachers. Some who are really good at explaining things and teaching may not be the best piano player, but if you have a good mix of both those things, there's an audience for you. 100%. 100%. I enjoy your honest approach to your YouTube journey. You are very helpful. Much appreciated. Thanks, Penny. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Okay. Oh, another one here. Hey, I caught you live. Hey, Carter's Eat. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes, we're live. We are live. And I think I'm caught up on the chats. So what does that mean? That means I got one more chat. But I'm about to get to editing the video. What is great about today? Unlike 20 years ago, everyone has broadcast rights at their fingertips with YouTube today. I watch for more YouTube than general broadcast. I do too. And did you guys know, this blew me away when I heard this a couple weeks ago, on smart TVs, so TVs where you can also get the internet, you would think that perhaps Netflix is the most watched thing on TVs these days. It's not. It's now YouTube. YouTube is watched. More hours are viewed on YouTube, on TV today, than are watching Netflix. I don't know if I worded that right or not, but what do you think about that? That kind of blew me away. And that's also a reason why I want to upload all my videos in 4K, because if people are watching my videos on a big screen 4K TV, they could probably tell the difference between a 4K video and a 1080p video, right? On a phone, no, you may not tell the difference. And just so you know, so the last thing I'll say about this is when you upload a 4K video to YouTube, if somebody then goes to watch it on a phone, and that phone can't take advantage of 4K, maybe that phone can only do 720p, an older phone. Well, then YouTube is only going to send you the 720p version, even though it could send you the 4K version. Does that make sense? So YouTube will only send you what you're able to watch, okay? And that also goes with your connection speed. Maybe you have a phone that can watch 4K, but your connection speed is terrible. They may only send you a 480p version, like a low resolution version, right? What's the sense in them trying to send you a high quality video that you cannot watch? That's going to be buffering all the time, right? So they'll only send you what you can see. So, but if you're watching it on a large screen TV, which more and more people are these days, watching YouTube on large screen TVs, then if a 4K video version is available, I'd like them to see that. I want them to see the best quality that they can see. So that's why I'm uploading in 4K. Takes a little longer, but 4 times as long for a 4K video as 1080p, because the file size is 4 times the size generally. So there you go. Oh, did I miss one? Exactly, Rob. Smart TVs with baked-in YouTube is great. And I also was told the same thing recently, that YouTube is watched more than Netflix. Amazing when you think about that. It is. It is amazing. Regular TV is kind of gone down viewership-wise. Hi, Rob. Pegs in Phoenix, Arizona here. I have actually canceled Netflix for other reasons and now mainly watch YouTube. I probably watch YouTube more than Netflix too. Well, I know I do. I 100% do watch YouTube more than Netflix, quite often here in my office. But again, my editing monitor is 32 inches, which is plenty big. I'm fairly close to it too. So yeah, absolutely. If I had a choice, I would only have YouTube. The algorithm knows what channels are being watched on large screen TVs and will promote as such. Absolutely. I noticed when I watch videos on my TV that advertising comes from higher ticket brands and takes 30 seconds, perhaps higher CPM. That could very well be. I haven't actually studied or looked into that very much, but yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Well, yeah, when I watch it on my TV, I don't believe I'm logged in the same way I am on my computer. On my computer, I have YouTube Premium, so I paid to not get ads. because I'm on it all the time, all the time, researching and whatever. So there you go. So maybe YouTube will pay me not to play piano. Maybe, who knows? There might be an angle there for an interesting channel niche. I've improved many of my creative skills since watching YouTube. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the best place to learn. Absolutely. Okay, let's get into DaVinci Resolve. All right, let's switch gears. Let me press this button here. So, and I can still see the chats come in if anything comes in, if you have questions about what I'm doing here. And what have we got? It's 3:30. So I'm not sure I can finish this in half an hour, but I can go over time if you still want to stick around and watch this. Let me just get a drink here. First of all, that's not DaVinci you're looking at. I'll get to that. So let's start. Let me get this Camtasia window out of here. I'll move that up there. And I have a fairly decent computer. It's got 32 gigs of RAM, so it can handle having Camtasia and DaVinci open at the same time. There's a reason I'm leaving that open. Let me launch DaVinci Resolve. Launching. So what else am I going to need to do? What I'm going to do, actually, let's just put this back on me for a second. The video I shot is still on my phone. So I hope you don't mind this. You're going to see everything from the very beginning. I'm going to turn my phone off of the continuity camera so I can do what I want to do here. I'm going to go into my videos. I'm going to highlight that, and I am going to airdrop it to my computer. It's transferring now. Okay. Yep, it's transferring. So it's a 28-minute video, but I did several takes. So I think the final video is less than 15 minutes. I'll show you that. While that's happening, I probably don't need to do this, but I'll just mention it again. The mic that I used, so this mic here, has an onboard recorder. Okay, so not only does the audio get transferred to the phone, right, it also gets recorded on this mic. So if there's ever a problem with the audio in the phone, there's a backup right here. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that. And if you look at this, that's the mic there, and that is USB-C right there. I just plug that into the computer, and then I can transfer it over. If you look at this side of it, that's where the recording button, that big button there is the recording button. Yeah, so I could transfer this to the computer as well. And the way I would do that is with a USB-C connection. Let me just plug that in. And then what'll happen is, here, let's bring this down here so you can see. This is a Finder window. And then I'm going to bring another Finder window down. So one here, make this smaller here. So I usually like to have two open. Let's go to My Projects. So anyways, sorry. This is the video file that's downloading right now, and it looks like it's almost half, sorry, yeah, it's downloading AirDrop from the phone. It's almost half finished. So while that's happening, I'll just do that. While that's happening, what I want to do? Oh, I want to go, let's open up another tab on this one. File, new tab. So, and we'll go to right here, no name. That is the mic I just plugged in. So we'll go here, DJI audio, and here's all my audio files. So today I have two. So one is very small. I think that was a test I did afterwards. So this is the one that I want to do. Now over here under my projects, I'm going to right click and click a new folder. And this is going to be for this new project. So 2024, I always start with the date. 10, what is the date? 15th. And these are the little cheat cards I took with me. I don't know if you can see those, but what the video is about. So be more confident on camera. I don't know yet what the title's going to be. I had a few things I wrote down. I've got how I gained confidence on camera, and you can too with these tricks. That's too long. Gain camera confidence, how to get good on camera, and why it doesn't matter. Being self-conscious, proper state of mind. So anyways, those are all some ideas I've written down. I'll settle on the title a little bit later, but I'm pretty sure camera confidence is going to be in it. So I'm gonna call it that. So how to be confident on can't spell camera. Let's see here. How anyone can be confident on camera. And just so you know, what I tend to like to do, once I get a title that I think is what I'm going to use, I'll plug that into ChatGPT and I'll tell them, her, whatever, the computer, this is a YouTube video title that I've come up with for my new YouTube video. Can you please give me 5 alternatives that would be better for click-through rate? Something like that. And it'll give me 5 alternatives, and I'll generally pick from one of those. But for now, let's just leave that. So double click this. So now in my folder, I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a new folder for recordings. And I'm going to create one for thumbnail. Let us go here. So in recordings, let's go, so both of these that I grabbed today, I'm going to highlight them both. I'm going to click and drag them over here. Okay, so now it's copying my audio from that microphone over here. Again, that's the backup, so I may not need that. I probably won't need that. While that's downloading, let's go back to my downloads folder, and I can see the airdrop finished. So here is the videos, 9.6 gigabytes. It's on my computer now. Let's click that and drag that over here as well. And that already, that happened quickly because that's just changing folders. It was already on the computer. There we go. So that's it. We've got that. Let me now move these out of here back to my vertical monitor. Okay. Now let's bring down DaVinci Resolve. Here we go. This is what it looks like once you first load it up. Now I will tell you, this is DaVinci Resolve Studio version 19. Studio version is the paid version, but free version looks the same. 19 is the latest version. I actually had to do an update this morning when I launched this. I wanted to make sure at least it would launch. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go into my projects and go to 2024, and I'm going to right click and create a new project. Oh, that opened up on my other monitor. I'll drag it down here. I'm going to call this Camera Confidence. Camera Confidence. Okay. Create. Of course, it's creating on my other monitor, so I will drag that down. Bear with me here. Drag this down. And like this. And I won't take it all the way to the edge because I know my face is here on the screen too. Let's move myself up here a little bit. I'm doing this right in Ecamm Live, so in case you're wondering how I do that. Actually, that's right there is probably fine. Okay. Now, welcome to DaVinci Resolve. Now, first thing I usually do, so see these tabs down at the bottom? These are they're really like individual programs. First thing I like to do is right-click this bottom bar and click on Show Icons and Labels so you can actually see the text. Okay? Now, you don't need to use all these. Okay? I am not going to use media. I'm not going to use cut. I'm going to start right here in the edit window. Okay? That is where I usually start all the time. If your projects are a little more complicated and you want to make maybe pre-cuts before you bring them in, then you can use, the cut. You can do some more advanced organizing things in media. and some advanced like cutting parts out of different clips from here if you want. But I'm just going to go to edit. I only have one video, right? It was one long take, right? So this is not going to be terribly complicated. Fusion, just so you know, that's where you do some special effects, some animations. I don't know how to use this tab. Color, I've done a few things in here, but this can get super complicated. Fairlight is audio editing. This I like. You can do some pretty fancy stuff in here. And then Deliver is where you go when you want to export or render your video. So really, all we're probably going to do here is use Edit, maybe Fairlight, but probably just Edit and Deliver. That's all we need to do. So let's go back to Edit. Okay, now I am going to go over and grab the video file. And I'm going to click and drag it in here. You can probably right-click and import media right here. But I just like to click and drag it like that. Change the project frame rate. Always say change. Okay, so what that means is the frame rate for the project will be set up for what this clip was. I know I filmed it in 4K, 30 frames per second. I think my DaVinci Resolve is, its default is probably 24 frames per second, so it just changed it to 30. With DaVinci Resolve, that has to be set at the beginning, and it'll set automatically if you drag a video file in, like I just did. Okay, so here it is. You can click it, and you can actually go through it and view it up here. Double click it, there you go, and play parts of it.
Can connect with you
if you want. You can resize these windows if you want. This line, I can't move that just yet, eh? No. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do, again, I'm not an expert in DaVinci Resolve. I'm just going to show you how to do what I do. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to drag it down into the timeline. Okay. Now, here's a difference between DaVinci Resolve and Camtasia. With DaVinci Resolve, it separates the video and the audio into two different tracks. So here's the video. Actually, they're both getting highlighted. Here's the video. Here's the audio. Okay. If you click either one of them, they'll both be highlighted because they're linked together. All right. If you want to unlink them, you would click this. Now you can highlight one or the other. But like in my case, I'm not going to want to do that. If I want to make a cut in the audio, I also want to make a cut in the video, generally. Okay. So here we are. And if you want to play it, you can just hit the space bar.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob, and
okay, so there you go. If you want to change the scale of the timeline, you can do that with this button right here. Click and drag to change the scale. There's also shortcuts. I think if you hold down Control or Shift, you can, there's Control and Shift, does it that way. Okay, it's going to take me a little to get a little time to get used to using this again. It's been a while. I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on the chats too, just to see if there's any questions. This is being recorded, right? Yes, it is being recorded. I don't think you're going to be able to see this until I'm finished, and then you'll be able to go back in the live tab in YouTube for my channel and watch the whole thing through. And yeah, Garage and Farm said that, confirmed that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's right, I hold the Option key in, and then I also drag it along here. So it looks like my final take was here, and I only know you can look at the audio waveforms to see, to see where it is. And I know I just stopped talking before I did the last take. So this is the start of this is where I want to begin. I'm going to hold the Option key in and use my mouse wheel to zoom in, and I'm going to try to find out where I want this to start. Oh, too far back. Probably here somewhere.
hey guys, how are you? My name is...
Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Sometimes I show a little bit of that first.
Hey guys, how are you?
No, I don't think I need to show all of that. I'll just start with me talking.
Hey guys.
So right there. So highlight there, Control B. Awesome, I remembered it. Okay, so in Camtasia, the shortcut for splitting is S. In DaVinci Resolve is Control B. You can change your shortcuts if you want. I'm not going to get into how to do that because I can't remember how to do that, but you can do it. So I'm going to cut it there. That's going to be my beginning. So now let's zoom. Actually, I'm going to zoom like this. I'm holding down my Option key while I'm rolling my mouse wheel. That's how I do that. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it to the end. Let's try that. There, it snaps back there, and if I highlight both these, bring them to the beginning. So I'm going to put a little space here because that's where the video ends. And you see here, I can tell right here, I think I messed up there. So there's going to be a cut there for sure. But now let me just go through this.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rob, and I've got some advice.
Okay, so yes, the JKL keys, that speeds it up. Okay, so I'm going to use the L key to listen to this more quickly so that you don't have to watch me listen to this in real time. But I know I have to make a cut towards the end here. So let me just do this real quick.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rob, and I've got some advice to share with you today that I really want you to take to heart. If you can do this, it could change your channel forever. If you've got a channel, or if you're looking at starting a channel, it can give you a huge boost in the growth of your channel.
Okay, I know this is all okay. So generally I would listen to all of that, but I'm not going to bore you with all that.
Don't picture yourself talking in front of a crowd of 1 million people, because that'll probably, for most people, that'll make them anxious. Instead, picture that one friend, or maybe a couple friends. Maybe you're sitting around a dinner table with your family. People when you're talking, you will appear trustworthy to them because your eyes aren't wandering away, and it's not you're not looking like you're having trouble making eye contact. You're actually looking at them. They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say. Not only that, but what am I trying to say?
Okay, I messed up there. So I'm going to want to cut it there somewhere. I'm going to zoom in, and I want to figure out where I want to cut this.
Hear what you have to say. Looking like you're having trouble making eye contact, you're actually looking at them. They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say. Not only that, but...
Okay, I think I'm going to want to cut it here somewhere. So I will. Control B to cut that. And let's see what it sounds like from here on.
So your audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention. Okay, and you can also start using your face in your thumbnails. Audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention. You're not looking. You will appear trustworthy to them because your eyes aren't wandering away, and it's not you're not looking like you're having trouble making eye contact. You're actually looking at them. They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say. So your audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention. Okay, and you can also start using your face in your thumbnail.
Okay, so I think I just want to bring it back there. So let's highlight this, Control B. I will delete that, and I am going to bring this back here. Now let's just double check to make sure everything looks okay. It's going to be a hard cut. You could add a fade transition here, but I don't generally like those. I think hard cuts are fine. Let's just see if story-wise this makes sense.
It's not you're not looking like you're having trouble making eye contact. You're actually looking at them.
Can you guys hear this? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that okay, because I could boost the volume of that. It looks like you can.
They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say. So your audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention.
Okay, I might want to get rid of one of those two sentences.
Will appear trustworthy to them.
Maybe boost a little, Heather says. Okay, so that would be here.
Because your eyes aren't wandering away, and it's not you're not looking like you're having trouble making eye contact. You're actually looking at them. They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say.
Is that better?
So your audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention. Okay, and you
Perfect.
can also start using your face.
Okay, I'll try this one more time.
You will appear trustworthy to them because your eyes aren't wandering away, and it's not you're not looking like you're having trouble making eye contact. You're actually looking at them. They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say.
Okay. I don't like how that, I didn't really transition well there, did I?
They're more apt to stick around and hear what you have to say. So your audience should stick around longer. That helps your retention. Okay, and you can also start using your face in your thumbnails.
That might be okay.
Right? And then your face becomes part of your branding. Now, but what if you're thinking, well, God, I don't like the way I look, or, I don't think I'm very attractive. People aren't going to want to see an ugly.
Okay, so that's all okay. Right here, I think I messed up again. So let's just take a look at this part. I'll zoom right in.
On this iPhone, so I can't see myself at all. Hopefully I'm in frame. Another tip I've got.
Okay, we'll cut it there.
Self at all. Hopefully I'm in frame.
Zoom in a little more. We'll cut that, highlight that, delete, and click here and drag back. Now let's just play that section, see if it flows okay.
Camera on this iPhone, so I can't see myself at all. Hopefully I'm in frame. Another tip I've got that might help put you at ease is when you're talking to a camera.
So again, with these walk and talks, if something's not perfect, it's okay. People are generally pretty, they're okay with small imperfections here and there. That's fine. So now let's just go to the end. Zoom in here.
You can go back and look at the previous Tuesday's live stream and see how I edited it. So anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
And I thought I'd show a little bit of the trail at the end and then fade out. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Now, now with DaVinci, if I want to fade that, in Camtasia you would add a fade animation. You would drag that down. A little bit different in DaVinci. What you do is you grab this little corner here and you drag that over here, and that'll fade it like that. So watch. Then it fades out. Perfect. Now, what I usually like to add to the end of my videos is the music. So I'm going to go back to my file manager or finder window. I'm on a Mac. I'll go to my projects. I'm going to go to last week's video, music, epidemic sound, Control C. So here, I'll just show you what I'm doing here. So this is last week's, here are my projects. Last week's one was why YouTube is easy. Is that it? No, it's this one. No. Yeah, why YouTube is easy. That was last week. Double click. Music, epidemic sound. I'm going to copy that folder. I know there's a track in there that I use. Let's back up. Let's come in here. And I'm just going to go Control V to paste. Music, epidemic sound. If I double click, there's that evergreen music, the same music I use at the end of all my videos. So so I can show you how I do that here if this works. I will click this and drag it down here. Yep, that worked. Now let's move this away. Now here, let's zoom. I think if you click this, no, this one. Yeah, that zooms it in. So here's the music. Whoops, Control Z. Control Z is your friend in this program as well. That's undo. Okay, so I'm going to click here and drag this. Oh no, this is the end here. This was all the beginning. If I was going to do bloopers, it might be the part of the beginning. I don't know if I'm going to add any bloopers to this. I don't think this type of video, I might later on, but I'm not going to show you that today. There's no need. I'm just going to delete this. These are all the bad takes in the beginning. So we'll just delete that. Now let's zoom in. So I'm holding Control while I zoom in and try to figure out where I want the music to start.
Or perhaps even as
Okay, it's way too loud. So on DaVinci, you can hover over this line. It's hard to see right now, but you can click and drag it down to lower the volume. Easy as that. Let's also move this up so we can see the whole thing, and we can make that track a little wider. Let me just quickly look at the chat here. Got a question. If you guys can read this. I'm trying to figure out which video editing software to go with. Filmora, DaVinci Resolve, or Camtasia. I have Adobe, but don't want to spend a year figuring out how to use it. Yeah, no, that's... so what are the ones? Filmora, I don't know. I've never used Filmora, so I can't really comment on that one. DaVinci Resolve or Camtasia. I mean, either are good. If you want to do more screen capture type videos, then maybe Camtasia, lean towards that one. But if you want software that can grow with you, like you can do a lot more in DaVinci Resolve than you can in Camtasia. But Camtasia is better at screen recording and tutorial type videos. You can do that in DaVinci as well. It's just a little harder to do the zooms and all that stuff. But if you're making full videos and you want to get fancy and into color correction and all that stuff, then I'd go with DaVinci Resolve. And it's not a bad idea to have both too if you want. But okay, so let's check this volume.
I did want...
Still too loud. So lower that and move it down. Actually, let's figure out where we want this to start, this music. Zoom in again.
Your videos. It's all about. If you like the idea of having your own YouTube channel and growing it, either as a hobby or perhaps even as a business, then I strongly advise you to try to put yourself in your videos. It'll really help. That said, my name is Rob.
Probably right there.
I'm going to go back to the office and do a live stream now. I'll go live in about half an hour. And we're going to edit this video together. So once you see this video, it'll be tomorrow. You can go back and look at the previous Tuesday's live stream and see how I edited it. So anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
Okay, so we'll have it end right there where the video ends. I'm going to go Control B with this highlighted. Control B, highlight that and delete the end. Now let's zoom in here a little bit. Some more things I want to do here at the end. When I stop talking, I think I want to ramp the music up a little bit in volume. So we'll just find
Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye. Right
there. So what you can do in DaVinci is right click and add, where is it? I can't see it. I thought I could just, or is it? Can't remember how to do this. I want to add an audio point. I can't see where to do that, but I know where. Oh, Anoholic says Alt click. Let's try that. Alt click. No, Alt right click. It's not working for me. Maybe option. Oh, there it goes. It's, for me, it's Option click. That worked. Option click, and there I got a point right there. So I can move it side to side. Let's go right there. And now let's go Option and click here. Get another one. And now I can click here and drag that up to raise the volume back up. Let's see what that sounds like.
And I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
Okay, let's have that happen a little sooner. Okay, I'm kind of messing up here with the, here, where do we start? Minus 20.36. That's close enough. So again, not an expert with this. Let's drag this back here, have it ramp up a little faster. Let's try that.
In the next video. All right, bye.
That might be too loud.
And I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
Might be a little too loud. Drag that down a bit. Anyways, you get the idea. And then at the end, I will fade it out. Now I'm going to do it a different way. I could do it with these option click for these points, but I can also use this again and have it fade out like that. Okay, so let's just play this ending again.
Watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
Great. Okay, so now let's click this to fill the screen again with our timeline. And so another main difference between DaVinci Resolve and Camtasia is that it separates the video and the audio tracks. Okay, I already did mention that. It automatically separated the video and the audio track for this video. But if I were to bring in more audio, like I did with this music, they all go, audio tracks are all below this horizontal line here, whereas video tracks are all above this line. So if I were to bring in some B-roll, for example, it would go here in another track above this. Okay, so they'd stack on top of each other, and whatever is the highest, that is the visual that you're going to see. All right, so anyways, that is the video. I didn't do any extra editing to the audio because we're kind of running out of time. I don't want this to drag on too long. But if you wanted to edit your audio, you could do that. In fact, with DaVinci, you can do it right in DaVinci. And what you would do is you'd go to the Fairlight tab over here, right? And same thing, you can zoom in and out, but you can edit the audio of these here. And there's all kinds of things you can do to the audio here, way more than you can do in Camtasia, and certainly beyond the scope of this live stream, beyond the scope of what I know how to do too. So, but there are things you can do here to make this sound better, add some bass and some treble, noise gate if you need to, things like that. Anaholic says, I would also place crossfade between the audio clips. It's under effects. Crossfade between the audio clips. So that would be under effects. Yeah, so I think I know what you mean. So you'd bring this one down as you bring this one up, kind of thing. Again, that's you know more about this program than I do. But you're right. You could probably do some more fine tuning with the audio editing. But I think this sounds okay.
I'm going to go back to.
Okay, and then one more thing I wanted to show you before we export this, and that's add titles. Now, normally this could take a while if I went all the way through this, but I'll just show you where I would start. So you'd want to find out where you want to put a title, and let's just go. Let's start playing this from the beginning.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rob, and I've got some advice to share with you today that I really want you to take to heart. If you can do this, it could change your channel forever. If you've got a channel, or if you're looking at starting a channel, it can give you a huge boost in the growth of your channel and how fast you can grow. So I want you to take this to heart, listen to what I have to say. It's some advice along with some tips to help you do this thing. So it's gaining confidence on camera. Now, before you go and say, oh no, forget that, I'm not gonna go on camera. I'm gonna make a faceless channel. I'm gonna make faceless videos. No problem, I don't have to show my face on camera. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not totally against faceless channels. There's some really good ones. It's just that if you can put actually, I have a link. I made a video on faceless channels and how to give yourself the best chance at success with one, some strategies, and I'll leave a link to that. But just hear me out for a second. If you can put your face in your videos, if you can talk to the camera confidently, man.
Right here. So I'm going to go, so that's where I want to put a title. I've got my, let's zoom in. I've got my playhead where I want a title. So now we want to put a text, we want to put a text box there. So let's go over here to titles. We'll click here, and you want to find the text. I just want to use a general text box. Here's one here. So basic title. So I'll click this and I'll drag it right here. And there's the text. Let's zoom in again. Let's figure out what I want to say.
Talk to the camera confidently. Man, your channel will, I'm not going to say it's going to blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot faster than if you don't.
Okay, so here, and this is what I wanted to refer to my other one. So when I made it here, like if I bring this down, my Camtasia, if I hover over a title, right? So this was a title. Apple SD Gothic Neo is the font that I used. Apple SD Gothic Neo and extra bold. That's what I used. All right, and the size 146. Okay, let's get this out of here. Now that's a 4K video. Actually, that's one thing I forgot to double check, and this is a good time to check this. What is the size of my video? Let's go to settings. That's what I thought. My resolution is 1920 by 1080. I want to change this to 4K, which is right here, 3840 by 2160 Ultra HD. Now let's save that. Okay, now let's zoom. So let's just click here, make sure everything is still in the frame. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, I just might have to change the size of my title. So now it's set up for 4K, 30 frames. And what is the text that I want?
I'm not going to say it's going to blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot faster than if you don't.
So so here in Camtasia, you would edit the text right here on the canvas. In DaVinci, you have to do it over here. You highlight it here in the canvas, and then here you would type in your new, actually it looks like maybe you can type it directly on the canvas now, but what do I want to say? Putting your face in your videos will help your channel grow. Something like that. What size? This is 96. It was 146, but I don't think that was that. This is bigger than I think we wanted it. But what you can do with text here is you can line spacing. You can modify that, get that to the way you want it. You can change the bold or extra bold. I don't think I want extra bold. Just regular or semi-bold. I think that's probably fine. Okay, so there's that. And if that's where we want it.
I'm not going to say it's going to blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot faster than if you don't. And I'm going to tell you why. And
okay, probably there. Now, additionally, what I want to do is I want my screen to dim at this time. So let's put the playhead back at the beginning here. I'm going to move this up. That creates a new track. See that? Actually, when I first brought the text on, it created a new track for video 2. Let's see here. So I want to move that up because I want to dim the video. Okay, same way as I usually do in my videos. And the way you do that is with a generator. So if I come over here to generators, I just want a solid color generator right here. I'll click this and drag it over here. Okay, right now that generator is black, all right, which is why it's covering up the video. You can't see it.
it's going to blow up, but it'll blow up.
Okay, I don't want that. I want it to be, I want it to be semi-opaque. So let's go into the settings for this solid color, and let's look for, where is it? Cropping. Dynamic zoom, composite, opacity right here. If I start dropping that, there you go. So, and I think 70 is what I usually use in the other one. So you could probably just type it in here. Yeah. And now you get this.
Say it's going to blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot.
Okay, so actually that looks kind of dark to me. Let's go 60. Double click 60. And I want it to fade on and off. So the way I would do that is I'll click, well, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I will drag this corner in, 0.15, that's 15 frames. So it's 30 frames per second, so that's 15 frames is half a second. Let's go with that. And we'll click it out here. Also 15 frames. See what that looks like.
It's going to blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot faster.
Okay, same thing with this text. I want that to take 15 frames to come on screen, and also 15 to leave the screen. So let's see what that looks like.
It's gonna blow up, but it'll blow up a whole lot faster than if you don't. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you what happened to me.
Okay.
So for years, I was making, like 3 years.
Okay, click this to zoom out to full again. So there's the first title, all right? Now, let me just double check with the chat, see where I'm at. No, between the clips. You have 2 cuts in your video. It will make it'll make the audio less abrupt changing, and the effect only needs to be a few frames. Okay. I think you're talking about here, and you said cross fade, I believe is what you said. Is that right? Crossfade. Okay. I understand. So if we go crossfade, so that's in the effects here. Crossfade. Where are we? No, it might be effects up here. No, that was it. If you can't find it, you can typically go here. Let's go cross. No, it's not there. Maybe it's toolbox, search for cross. There it is, crossfade, cross dissolve maybe, or crossfade. There we go, crossfade. Click that and drag that to the audio perhaps. Right there. Let's zoom in. There we go.
You have to say. So your audience should stick around.
That's okay. That's what you're talking about. Found it. So we put a crossfade there at that cut, and we'll want to put one at this cut as well. So I'll zoom right in, and I'll click and drag that effect here. There we go.
Another tip I've got.
Okay, good. Thank you for that. That's not something I typically do in Camtasia, but it's a better way to do it, 100%. Especially if the volume goes from like a high to a low, and you won't get that abrupt cut. So thank you, Anaholics. That's great. So, okay, back to the title. So here was the title. Again, I'm not going to go through any more of these, only to say that what you do to if you like the way this title looks,
It's gonna blow up, but it'll.
Okay, and you can also add a sound effect to it if you want. I don't typically do that. But what you do is you highlight both of them, Control C to copy it, and then go find where you want your next title. Okay. Let's say it's here, Control V, paste it, and there it is. And then all you do is you just zoom in, highlight the text part right there. You can put the playhead over it, and then with the text highlighted, go over to title up here in the properties window, and then just change your text to something else. So new title. Okay, and then you put that in there.
Your audience can connect with you much easier.
Okay, and then that's all I'm going to do. Okay, so now the next step, once you get all your titles in, you like the beginning of the video, double check the beginning of the video again. You like where it starts. Just zoom in.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rob.
That's fine. And the ending. Cool. All good. So I usually do a Control S to save it. Although DaVinci tends to save automatically anyways. I think you have to have that set up, but I do have that set up. Once you're ready with your video, it's all done. You're going to go down to Deliver. Click on Deliver. This is where you're going to render your video. So the way you do that is you're going to come up here, give it a name. So I'm just going to call it Camera Confidence. I'm going to go _4K. Okay. The location, let's click on Browse here, and let's find, you know what? I always go to my Downloads folder. Okay, let's click on Save there. For the video, I change the format to MP4. I leave the codec the same. Pretty much everything's going to be the same. You double check your resolution. That's set to that's 4K. 3840 by 2160 is 4K. Ultra HD is another word for it. It's at 30 frames per second. Quality automatic. We can see how large the file size ends up being. That's really all we have to do. I don't get into anything else here. The advanced settings, I don't do anything in there. The other one is subtitle settings. So I'm not going to have subtitles with this. So I'm going to leave that alone. If I've got my file name here, I'm okay with the codec, the format, the resolution, the frame rate. Then I'm going to click Add to Render Queue. Okay, now this pops up here. This is the render queue. Nothing has started to render yet. Sorry, I've got a there. Nothing is set to render yet because I can actually go back and have multiple jobs on the go and add a whole bunch of them to the queue. And then when I'm ready, I can render everything at once. You can't do that with Camtasia. But anyways, if this is all I'm going to do, which it is, I make sure it's highlighted. Okay, so it's highlighted, and I click on Render All. And it's rendering. And you can see the playhead go as it's rendering. And you can also, if you look up here, it says time remaining, 7 minutes. It's 2% done. This is going to take a little bit of time. It's I didn't even notice how long this is. It looks like it's 13 minutes, 13-minute video. And it's going to take 7 minutes or so to render. That's it. That will give me the 4K video that I can then upload to YouTube. Okay, so that's how you use DaVinci Resolve. Let me just quickly go to the chat again while this is rendering. See if there are any other questions. Confusion says, if I buy DaVinci Resolve, does that put me on that path you're walking with all of the awesome scenery? I've been using Filmora and the scenery behind me is awful. I don't know if I can help you there. Not sure. You might have to go to a different place if you want more awesome scenery. You can do a lot in Fusion. There are the special effects. 100%. You are correct. My brain feels like it's full right now of stuff, and I can't handle a whole lot more right now. But yeah. Fusion is, by the way, the special effect part of DaVinci, and the good news is it is free. That's right, it is. Hi, Julie from California. Hello, Julie. Welcome. Thanks for the inspiration. No problem. Okay, we got to the audio effects. You are now at titles. Okay, yeah, I got that. And Heather, how can you render multiple at a time? Can't really show you, I don't think, while this is rendering. Can I jump out of here? No, I'm stuck in the Deliver tab while this is rendering. Once this is done, I can show you how you could, well, you would have to have more than one video. So this is, see this here says timeline 1? I can't drop that down now. This is rendering. I can create more than one timeline. Okay, so that means more than one video. If I want to create, let's say I was making Reels or YouTube Shorts. I want to make 5 YouTube Shorts out of this one video. What I could do is I could create a new project with this video in it, change the aspect ratio to vertical, right? 1080 by 1920. And then within that, I can create 5 timelines, one for each video I want to make. And then I can edit each one the way I want them. So they each could be from a different segment of the longer video, for example. Then I've got 5 videos edited. Then I can come over to Deliver, and one at a time, I can go through each timeline and give it its own file name and add to render queue. Go to timeline 2, give it a file name, add it to render queue. And I can add all 5 of them. And then when I'm ready, I can click and highlight all 5 of them and then click on Render All. And all 5 will get rendered one after the other, just like this one is going now. Okay, that's how you do it. And that's what I've used it for in the past. I think you can have an unlimited number of timelines in a DaVinci. Maybe it's 100 is the limit, I'm not sure. But you can only, this drop down here will only show 10 at a time. If you want to access one that's not showing here in the timeline, you just go back to Edit and you access that timeline and then go back to Deliver, and you can do it that way. So I hope that helped. Great live stream today. It was very beneficial. No problem. Glad you liked it. Thanks. That's exactly what I need. I've been creating shorts one at a time. Yeah, I did too at first. And actually, it wasn't for myself. When I made shorts for another company, after I edited their podcast down to one final podcast, I then created another copy of that project, changed the aspect ratio, and then went through and did the edits. Well, actually, no, I would, with the full project in, I would then in that timeline, I would then copy and paste the timeline that already had the edited video in it 4 more times. So I had, well, 5 more times. I'd keep the master and then 5 copies at the new aspect ratio, and then I'd edit each one individually. And then you can add, if you're doing reels or shorts and you want to add the dynamic captions, you can, if you have the paid version of DaVinci, that's when you can add it or ask it to auto transcribe all of the text, and it'll do that. It'll do that for you. Yeah, so that's what I use it for too. So hopefully that helps you. That's great. Marley, hi from Southeast Florida. Just found your channel and came across the live. Thank you for sharing. I'm quite overwhelmed with all this, so I think I'll come back after I start making some videos. Yeah, it can be daunting. It can be overwhelming. There can be a lot to it. But you can keep it relatively simple too. I tried to keep this one kind of simple. I kind of had to because, again, I'm not even close to an expert at DaVinci Resolve. As you probably noticed if you watched some of this, I needed to lean on Anaholics there to help me find some things. Because I don't use DaVinci all the time. I use Camtasia more often than not. But yeah, if you just try to keep it simple, and then get used to making videos the simple way, the way you know how, and then eventually just start venturing out into some of the new tabs. Get into Fusion and see what you can do there. There's a lot of amazing things you can do in Fusion. I just find it difficult to learn myself, but again, my brain just might be too full of other stuff. But the Fairlight tab, I like that for mixing music together and making audio sound better. I didn't get into that today because I'm kind of over time already, but the Fairlight tab is great. The color tab, right? You can do lots of cool things with the color tab as well. You can say make everything that's blue, turn it green, right? In the whole video, and it'll do that. Stuff like that. Or make only people's faces like whiter. Make people's teeth whiter, right? You can do stuff like that. Like just the teeth without anything else, right? You can mask it and all this stuff. Like I'm getting way above my head here, but you don't need to do any of that. But then maybe one thing at a time, you might want to decide, I want to learn to do that now in DaVinci, and then just one thing at a time, and before you know it, you'll know all kinds of stuff. What is a good program? What is a good program to start with? Let me think about this. Depending if you're using a Mac or I was about to say iMovie if you're on a Mac, just because it's free. I've never used it, so I don't know, but I've heard a lot of people have. It's free, comes with a Mac. You could start with that. I generally suggest CapCut or DaVinci Resolve or Camtasia. Okay, all those 3. Camtasia does not have a free version. CapCut does. DaVinci Resolve does. Of those 3, DaVinci Resolve is the one that you can eventually do a lot more with. It is super advanced. Having said that, if you keep things simple, you can keep things simple. There's things you don't need to use. So if you didn't see all of this video today, this live stream, watch it back. I think it took me an hour and a half before I got into the DaVinci part of this. But watch it back and you'll notice that I did not use a fraction. I only used a fraction of what I could have used in DaVinci Resolve. But it was enough to be able to cut up my video, stitch it together, throw some music in there, do some crossfading and some audio fading, stuff like that. And then I rendered it. You can do that fairly easily. But you can also do it fairly easily with CapCut and with Camtasia. Camtasia does not have a free version. I got to keep saying that. But it is the one that I like the best, but I know it's limited in terms of what I could eventually do with it. You can do a lot more with DaVinci Resolve. Just that I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. So, so I hope that helped. DaVinci Resolve is awesome. Hey Rob, hey Jason, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. And yes, it is awesome. It is awesome. I haven't given it enough time. There are, for every feature, a lot of tutorials. And there are. Anaholics has a good point. If you want to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve, don't go searching through my channel. I have really not much at all on my channel about DaVinci Resolve. Just open up YouTube, well, get DaVinci Resolve, load it into your computer, and then open up YouTube and say, how do I start a project in DaVinci Resolve? And watch a video. And then every question you come across, YouTube, search for it, and you'll find a video that you want to watch. You'll eventually get used to how a certain people present the information, and you'll like that. And then maybe you subscribe to them, and that becomes your source for DaVinci Resolve tutorials. So yeah, there's Mr. Alex Tech is a really good guy for DaVinci Resolve tutorials. So Mr. Alex, A-L-E-X, and then T-E-C-H, Tech. Mr. Alex Tech. Very good. And he's got a sense of humor too. I like the way he makes videos. I've learned a lot from him over the years. But he is an expert, so keep that in mind too. Heather says Danielle Batal is amazing. That's another name too. I don't know that I've seen. I know the name. I know he's probably way more popular than Mr. Alex Tech actually. On YouTube, I recommend Jay Lipman, Daniel Batal, Mr. Alex Tech, and Jason Yadlovsky. Yes, Jason Yadlovsky. I remember him too. I've seen a lot of his videos too. It's been many months since I've watched DaVinci Resolve tutorials, but there you go. Yeah, great. Thanks, Heather. That's perfect. That'll help. But that's generally what I do. If I'm looking to learn a new piece of software, I go right to YouTube, and then eventually I'll find somebody that I like the way they deliver. Some people, I mean, it's a personal preference. Some people may want to watch a 30-minute video to learn how to do something, but maybe you're looking for something super specific that should only take 2 or 3 minutes. So you may find somebody that is good at the short, quick tutorials, like I do. Or if you want to learn something more complex, then maybe a longer tutorial. You'll get the hang of it. You'll find people that you like the way they teach, and then you'll keep going back to them. But yeah, I generally will just go to the YouTube search bar, search for what I want to learn how to do, and then the results I get, I'll recognize some guys or girls that I listen to, and will tend to go to them first. So I hope that helps. ADA Trips, how you doing? Welcome. What is a good niche for over 50? What have you thought of but not used? That's I don't know how to answer that. That's a good niche for over 50. So I can answer it this way, and I have made a video on if you search my channel for niche, you'll find it. And this may sound like a non-answer, but really the best niche is the best niche for you. Like it's what you are passionate about and what you can talk about comfortably. That's what you should make videos about. If you just want to know what niches are the most popular in YouTube, then it's things like how to make money on YouTube. It's things like maybe dating advice, or I don't know, fitness stuff like that. Those are things that most people search for. But if you're not an expert in any of those things, then I wouldn't suggest you make a channel about any of those things. It's got to be something that you can bring your own perspective to. So something you're either good at or trying to get good at, or are very passionate about and learning about, and can talk about fairly confidently. That's what I would suggest for any, and that's why I think anybody can start a YouTube channel and talk about what they're good at. That would be my advice. Lots of great instruction on the Blackmagic website. Yes, actually, yeah, I guess there would. I don't generally go there, but I probably should. Thanks, Jason. Good advice. And then, yeah, so Jay Lippman, Daniel Batal, Mr. Alex Tech, and Jason Yadlovsky. Very good. All DaVinci experts. Daniel is great and just got sponsored by Blackmagic. Oh, very good. Very good. I prefer short and quick. I do too, unless it's a complicated thing I'm learning how to do. Like if you get into masking and tracking and things like that in DaVinci, which I have kind of tried and haven't quite gotten yet. They're hard. The more complex things are hard to teach in short videos. But if you just want to know how to open a project or how to change aspect ratios or like just little things that you know should be a fairly simple thing, then a 2 to 3 minute video should be all it takes. And if someone's making a 10-minute video on how to change your aspect ratio, then there's probably a lot of fluff in that. They're probably either just taking too long to get to the point, or they're teaching more than that one little thing you're looking for. So sometimes that's okay too. Anything with health and wellness. Yep, absolutely. Very popular. Dieting, fitness, very popular. I am an expert in many. Well, perfect. Pick one. Pick something you're an expert in and make videos about it. Put your face in the videos, talk confidently, and you'll be rolling. You'll be good to go. Casey Ferris. Yes, I forgot him. Casey is great. He's the one with the great, Mr. Alex Tech, good sense of humor too, but Casey Ferris he's got a dry sense of humor that I find funny. Like he laughs at himself a little bit, and I like that. That's cool. And he knows his stuff with DaVinci, absolutely. Grethless Bellman, how you doing? Arrived late today, but we'll watch the live broadcast tomorrow so I don't miss on some of your good advice. Thanks for all the good teaching. No problem, and welcome. Late or not, you made it. That's great. How often do you have lives? Once a week, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So that's Toronto time, New York time. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock here in Halifax. But it's the same day every week, Tuesday. And yeah, I'm usually here at my desk doing this. A couple weeks ago, I did a live stream from outside at a beach just to say that I could do it. I had never done it. I wanted to try it. It was kind of fun. Obviously, I can't show my screen and do a video like this. Actually, I don't need to. I could zoom out myself now because we're finished with DaVinci. Just to finish that, I wanted to show you the downloads folder right here. So that render finished. You can see here it says completed, and there it is right there. Let's just make this bigger. Camera confidence 4K. And if I double click that, it opens on another monitor. So let me just move this down. There's the video.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Rob, and
all ready for YouTube. So there you go. Now what I would do is, let's move this Finder window over. Let's bring this other Finder window here. Remember, this is the music folder I was in. If I back up and back up again, here is the project folder. I'll double click, and I will take this Camera Confidence 4K and I'll drag it in here, just in the root directory. Sometimes I create a renders folder and put it in there, but usually I don't. There it is. It's in my project file. It's 5.68 gigabytes. Perfect. I can upload that to YouTube. It's all ready to go. So there you go. That's how you use DaVinci Resolve. So where was I when I went there? How often do you do lives? Okay, yeah. So every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, usually for 2 hours, or at least 2 hours. Today it's been 2.5, but that's okay. Us East Coasters throw people off when we say Atlantic time. Yeah, we do. That's why I usually keep that one to myself. Atlantic time, because that doesn't exist in the United States. It exists in South America, I think Brazil. But and maybe some northern countries in South America, but it does not exist in the U.S. That would be east of New York, out in the ocean. Out in the ocean. I just gave away my Canadian accent there again. Marley says Colombia too. There you go. Yeah, I'm not looking at a South American map, so I can't picture where all the countries are. But yeah, absolutely. Colombia. I've never been to South America. So there you go. What did you think? Was that good? Was today's good? Did you like? If you liked the video or live stream, give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. I will probably clean this video up a little bit, just double check that everything's okay after this live stream is over. And I will post that tomorrow morning. So that'll be this week's video. I may do another one Friday or something. I've been meaning to do a how do I make my thumbnails video in Canva. Now, whether that ends up being a video that I post on my channel or a live stream that I do, maybe that's what I do next week in the live stream, maybe. Let me know what you think is best. If you like, you can let me know now in the live or afterwards. If you're watching this on the replay, the live won't be available anymore, the chat, but you can leave a comment below. And let me know, should that be a live stream thing or should that be a video that I post? Yeah, so, and that's another good point. Like if you, in your own journey on YouTube, as you're making videos, get in the habit at the end of your videos of asking people what else they want to see from you. Like now that you've seen this, is there something else? What next? Do you want to see a video on A, B, or C? You know, ask your audience what they'd like, and just tell them to leave their answers in the comments below. And that also helps your channel as well. If people are interacting with you in the comments, that's something that I believe the YouTube algorithm likes and will help boost your channel a bit and get it out there a little bit more. As do likes. If you like a video that you watch, click the like button for that creator. That'd be great. It helps them out. So yeah, there you go. Let me just take a look at the live chat one more time. I'll get a drink. Oh, Peanut's waking up. It was great live. Thank you. And thank you to the community too. Yes, thanks. It's great. Actually, it's awesome to have Anaholics today was awesome because I'm not a DaVinci Resolve expert, nor am I an expert in just about anything I talk about. So it's always good if other people can give their 2 cents in as well, people who may know more about a certain thing than I do. I love to hear it. That helps a lot. It's all about helping the people who are watching. Whether it's me giving the help or somebody else, doesn't matter to me. So that's great. Thank you for that. Really throw them off, put Newfoundland time. Oh yeah. Okay, so 1 o'clock in Toronto is 2 o'clock here, is 2:30 in Newfoundland. That does not exist in South America, I'm pretty sure. That is only Newfoundland. They've got their own special time zone, a half an hour ahead of us. Yes, please, thumbnail in Canva for next live. Got it. I will do that. Lives are awesome and getting in the community is great too. Absolutely. And lives are fun. I like this. And another tip, and I've said this before too, but if you're out there trying to grow your channel and you're having trouble getting the watch hours, that tends to be what people have the most trouble getting. Like, so you need 1,000 watch hours and you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within a year to get monetized by YouTube, to start earning your share of their ad revenue. More often than not, people get to the 1,000 subscribers before they get to the 4,000 watch hours. Not always. Some people happens the other way around. But if it happens to you, you've got your 1,000 subscribers, but you do not have your 4,000 watch hours, start doing live streams. I highly recommend it. That's what put me over the top. Today we've had, this will probably be, so there's 41 people in here watching now. Says there's 420 views, average 18 minutes. I'm not going to be able to do that math, but generally my live streams bring me in about 100 hours of watch time for a 2-hour live stream. I think we had more viewers today than normal, so it might be more than that. I'm going to say maybe 120 hours is what I would have gained from this live stream today. So Yeah, I highly recommend it. And if you want to grow your audience in the live streams, then a good way to do that is to be consistent, let your audience know when you're going live, and try to do it at the same time all the time. So if it's weekly, same day, same time every week. Okay? Maybe you want to do it 2 times, 3 times a week. You know, whatever works for you. But also start getting in the habit of putting it in, excuse me, she's awake, putting it in your videos, like at the end of your video when you're signing off and saying who you are. Or even as an ad at the beginning, although, you know, that's not as good because some people are turned off by that. But just tell people, hey, if you drop by my live stream, I live stream every Tuesday at 1 o'clock for 2 hours. Drop in, say hi, ask me questions, I'll answer for you. You know, and if you start doing that consistently, people will consistently start showing up, and your audience will grow, and then your watch hours will just start growing exponentially. So there you go. I hope that helps. I'll just double click, see if I missed any questions here. I need to start doing lives to get my watch time up. Just have no idea what I'd talk about. Whatever you're talking about in your videos, I guess. Or try to think of something, maybe how you made your video. If you've got videos that you've made, just talk about how you made them. And then maybe make a video first before you do live. Do another video that you're going to post. And in that video, just say, like if you're trying to help people in the video, which I'd like to suggest that people do, make a video that helps people with something. Then at the end of the video, say, hey, if you want any more help with this, stop by next Tuesday for my live, or stop by on Tuesdays, because you never know when they're watching the video. They might watch it 3 months from now. And say, you know, I go live on Tuesdays, and stop by and ask away, and I'll help you as best I can. I'll show you exactly how I did that. Next thing you know, you'll be a YouTube expert. Or whatever else you're talking about in your video. If there's something specific that you're helping people with, you can tell them that you can expand on that and take live questions from people at your next live. That would be about. Hopefully that helps. Get the cogs turning and get you some ideas generating up there. Photography, exploring photo adventures. Awesome. Marley, oh my God, sounds great. What's the name? There you go. You might have a new subscriber there. There you go. My name. Okay, I'll look for it. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. I think we should draw the line right there. I hope you found some value in this video. Thank you very much for stopping by. This one was over 2.5 hours, so a little longer than normal, but I hope that's okay. If there's anything else you'd like to learn, that you'd like me to talk about, leave a message in the comments below and let me know, because this chat is about to go silent as soon as I end this live stream. Yeah, that said, thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you next week in the next live stream. But before that, look for my video to come out tomorrow, the one you helped me edit today. All right, tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great week. Bye.